Imagine standing by a still pond, holding a pebble in your hand. You drop it into the water and ripples form. They start small, but they grow wider, reaching places far beyond where the pebble first landed. Leadership is that pebble. And the ripples? They're the impact of the hidden currency of leadership: trust, time, and transformation. When I was early in my career, I believed leadership was about having all the answers, making bold decisions, and taking charge. But one moment changed that for me. I met a young aesthetic practitioner at a training session. She came to me feeling unsure of her abilities and direction. But she didn't need a big solution. She just needed someone to listen. I gave her my time, encouraged her to focus on our vision, and reminded her of her potential. Years later, she came back to tell me how that one conversation transformed her life. Today, she runs her own thriving practice, mentoring others, and creating ripples of impact far beyond what I could have imagined. That's when I realized something profound. Leadership isn't about grand gestures or power. It's about how you use trust and time and transformation to create ripples that grow into waves of extraordinary change. Today, I want to explore how these hidden currencies, trust, time, and transformation, are the foundation of impactful leadership. They don't just change individuals, they create waves of change in businesses, communities, and the world. Trust builds ripples that last. Let's start with trust, the most valuable and fragile currency of leadership. In my career, working with dermatologists, aesthetic doctors, and skincare practitioners, I've learned that trust is the foundation of connection. Clients come to these experts not just for results, but for confidence. Confidence that their needs are understood and valued. Trust is like planting a seed. You don't see its results immediately, but over time, it grows into something that bears fruit, not just for you, but for everyone around you. When I work with industry leaders, I don't just focus on outcomes. I focus on building trust by listening to their challenges, aligning with their goals, and showing them that their success is my priority. Think about someone who invested their trust in you. How did their belief in you change their journey? Now, ask yourself, who can you invest your trust in today? Trust is the foundation of leadership, and it multiplies when we invest it in others. Time is leadership's greatest gift. The second hidden currency is time. Not just how much we have, but how we choose to spend it. There was a woman I mentored early in my career. She had big dreams but doubted her ability to achieve them. I gave her my time, helped her map out a plan, and reminded her of her potential. It wasn't that much, just a few hours of listening and guiding. But today, she's not only running a successful business, she's also mentoring others, creating ripples of empowerment in her own community. Whether in healthcare, media, or education, time is a universal currency of leadership. It's not how much you give, it's about the intention behind it. Think about this. When was the last time someone gave you their time? How did it change you? Now, who can you give your time to today? When leaders intentionally invest their time, they create ripples of growth and connection that extend far beyond the moment. Transformation requires vision. Finally, let's talk about transformation, the currency that turns ripples into waves. As leaders, our role isn't just to see what's possible, but to help others see themselves as part of that vision. In the beauty and aesthetics industry, transformation goes beyond appearance. It's about restoring confidence, reigniting potential, and empowering people to see their worth. When we launched training programs for aesthetic practitioners, the goal wasn't just to improve their technical skills. It was to help them see themselves as leaders capable of transforming lives. What started as a small initiative has now grown into a movement. These practitioners are creating ripples of transformation in their communities, elevating their practices, mentoring peers, and redefining what's possible. Transformation happens when leaders share a vision that inspires others to believe in themselves and act on their potential. The collective ripple effect. Let's go back to that pebble in the pond. Those ripples don't stop where they started. They grow, reaching shores far beyond the point of impact. When I think about that young practitioner I mentored, I realize now that the most valuable thing I gave her wasn't a solution. It was my trust in her potential, my time to listen, and my belief in her ability to transform not just her life, but the lives of others. The ripple you start isn't just yours. It becomes part of a collective wave. Imagine a world where every leader invests in trust, time, and transformation. Imagine the extraordinary waves of change we could create, not just in our businesses, but in our communities and our world. So, here's my challenge. What ripple will you start today? A small act of trust? A few minutes of your time? Or a vision shared with someone who needs it? That's all it takes to create change. The world doesn't need more leaders chasing the spotlight. It needs leaders who start ripples, ripples that grow into waves of extraordinary impact. Be that leader. Drop your pebble and watch what happens. Thank you.